wonder what Mr. Lee might know about this mask.
A very good question, Mr. Parker. A question we'll get answers to very, very shortly. But before we do that, what's up, guys? My name's Captain Dave, and welcome back to Spider-Man, where last time we left off, I think the most accurate way to put it is we were backpacking through New York. Yes, we went through and we picked up many a backpack, many a landmark token. Still got a little cluster down there of 4 to get. We did a lot of stuff. We've got the main bulk of the busybody work done and dusted. I could have got it done as we went through the game, but I just wanted to get it out the way. There is no point throughout the rest of this game where we have this many things to collect. We have, like, well, I think it's one more Fisk Hideout to do, and there's other stuff similar to this that pop up, but nothing to the scale of these landmark tokens and backpacks. So that tedious task is over with. It's done and dusted. Don't blame me. I didn't make the game. I'm just playing it. Speaking of making a game, and that wasn't a pop, by the way. When I played this on my own, I had great fun going around collecting those backpacks and landmark tokens. I love busybody work like that when I'm not recording. But speaking of Insomniac and the people who made this game, they went ahead, and since my last recording session, they went ahead and added in the Sam Raimi trilogy Spider-Man webbed suit, which, if you like that sort of thing, is absolutely fantastic. I thought it was so brilliant of them to not only do something because people asked for it, but then they put it in the game for free, right in time for the holiday, for the festive period, for the holiday time. So I thought that was a great move on their behalf, and if you love the Sam Raimi trilogy, perfect. There you go. There is the Spider-Man costume. Am I going to be using this costume in this walkthrough? No, I will not be using it. It's great if you love it, but I'm not particularly a huge fan of it. I'm not really a particularly huge fan of the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy. Everyone seems to think it's the be-old, end-old Spider-Man. They think it's the best Spider-Man ever created. I kind of think it's just nostalgia. I mean, everyone's allowed to like what they want to like. I'm not saying it's not good. They are good films, but as I've said time and time again, they're good films. They're just not good Spider-Man films. Well, I don't know. They're just not Spider-Man films. They're great films. They're just not Spider-Man films. That's my humble opinion. Doesn't mean it's true. Doesn't mean you have to agree with it. But that's just how I feel. And I don't see why everyone constantly bangs on about how great those films are and how great that suit is. Because I'm going to be honest with you, doesn't look that good. The one they've created, this advanced suit, I think that looks better. I think that suit, the classic suit, looks pretty decent. I mean, the Iron Spider suit from Avengers looks goddamn awesome. Hell, even Spider-Punk, how can you say no to him? You know, the Stark suit. I don't know. I just feel like if the Sam Raimi trilogy was made now, people wouldn't talk about how great it is, but that's just my humble opinion. Anyway, didn't mean to go on about that. That just kind of slipped out. What I am going to do before we move on is I'm going to swap my suit power back to battle focus for now. As far as I know, I don't think there's any other mods I need to get. Ooh, no, I need research tokens, challenge tokens, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so nothing I can really upgrade or do there. Before we do move on, as I said I would, I forgot about a character bio we need to read, so get ready for that good old dyslexic reading coming from TheCaptainofDave. I know you just all love sitting here watching me read stuff. Radio. Herman Schultz, aka Shocker, was one of my first super adversaries. Also, the cause of my first celebratory headline story in the Daily Bugle. I think I have read this, actually. Yep, because there's the word auto-dictate, which I got wrong last time. Yep, I've read it. My memory is just... oh, good lord, it's not good, and it's only going to get worse with time. So, right, with that being said and done, let's stop delaying, let's stop dilly-dallying. Let's go activate these last 3 surveillance towers, as we are already right by Harlem. Let's get these activated for Captain Watanabe. Let's get that surveillance grid back up and done. Take down the last Fisk hideout, and then... finally, this very, very long night can end, and we can go to hand the mask in to Martin Lee and see what he knows. Where do we want to go? North. But yeah, it really has been quite a long night for Spider-Man. We stopped that the breaking. Oh, it looks like the night's about to get longer because we've got some criminal activity going on up here. It looks like it's just outside Harlem, but still isn't actually popping up on our radar. At least not properly. That won't stop Spider-Man and his eagle eyes. Ah, bingo. Death from above!
Called first. We reserve the right to refuse service and knock out any criminals. Says so right on the sign.
Let's see if we can get this thing started off a lot better than how we ended it last time. Oh, okay. Well, my fingers aren't rusty. I seem to be able to dodge that one quick enough. Where do you think you two were going? Did it look like I was done beating you up? Spoiler alert, I wasn't. I see that other guy back there with the gun. Here, have a drain pipe. Oh, and he sticks the landing.
Hope crime would decline post-Fisk. Might have been too optimistic.
Yeah, but anyway, as I was saying, like, this has been a...
Police are coming, so I'm going.
Yeah, definitely good advice. Oh, I went to run up the wall, just run into that guy's stack of newspapers. I'm purposely trying to run up this bit right here, because I just want to show this really cool animation, which I personally thought was particularly cool. Now, isn't that just the coolest? Or am I just nerding out here? I don't know. I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, it's been a long night for old Spidey. We stopped the break-in at Fisk's auction house. We went on a dinner date, well, just dinner, with Mary Jane. We bumped into Shocko, hibbity-hoppty's one stop all the way to the cop shop. Try saying that one 3 times fast. And
10-10, possible narcotic cell reported. Report came in from Hamilton Heights.
And as if perfectly on cue, we've stopped many a crime, backpacked through New York, took a bunch of pictures. It has been a long night for Spidey, and even though we only got 3 surveillance towers and 1 more Fisk Hideout, it doesn't seem like it shows any sign of slowing down. All in a night for a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Oh, I see that dude sitting in the driver's seat. Looks like we're going to have a guy try and rabbit out of this one. Do we have any fat dudes? We do not have any fat dudes. No mini Fisks, no casualties right at the start of this. Yeah, let's just go down beat up. No tactics for this one.
People around here work.
Let's just have some fun.
Hey, guys. You got prescriptions for this stuff?
If they actually do I let them go? Oh, everyone told me I was cool. You telling me that was all a lie? You throw bullets, I throw your friend. No, it took you this long to realise.
I'm losing him.
There we go. Almost Nostradamus-like prediction.
Just drop me off at the jail. No reason. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely need to stop this one quick. This guy's driving through alleyways.
Gotta shut the...
Is it Vin Diesel in this thing? With family.
Drugs are maybe my most disliked criminal activity. Definitely top 5. Well, bottom 5. However, that works.
Ah, rightio.
Text to Yuri and...
But with that disposed of, let's get back to picking up more backpacks.
Wish I knew who made this comic about me. Kid's got a future.
Oh, look at that. It's perfect. It's quite funny, actually, that he's facing Mysterio, seeing as how the next Spider-Man film to come out is actually Spider-Man and Mysterio. Who is that on the back? Maybe we'll find out later in this game. Dun, dun, dun. Rightio, what else do we have around here? We've got one more backpack in the northeast. Let's get on and get that one now. And as I said, like in the northeast, northwest, I can't even do maps. But as I said in the last video, I'm going to stop actually highlighting them on my map because it seems like you can actually find them quite a bit easier, or at least when you're close by to them, you can find them easier when they're not highlighted. And I'm going completely the wrong direction. Maybe I should be highlighting the maps after all. Yeah, but as I was saying just now, I kind of feel like I want to clarify something I was saying. The about like the Sam Raimi trilogy.
We have reports of a car crash. Civilians are trapped. Report came in from God's Acre.
Okay, let's get down there and let's help some civilians.
Almost got it.
And while I'm helping these guys, let's do a little bit of multitasking. So, What I was saying by that, just in case anyone got confused, like
Panic! I'm here!
yo, I'm throwing stuff. I'm actually adding to the rubbish that's keeping this person trapped.
A bunch of guys robbed a bodega and took off doing aid. They caused the wreck. Whoever caused this wreck is nearby. Need to find and stop them.
Well, I'm probably just going to follow the sounds of that explosion, if anything. And bingo! Looks like it wasn't just an innocent car crash after all.
I think you forgot to give people your insurance info back there.
God, what is up with Harlem in this? It just seems like everyone's just trying to rip off Fast and Furious. If I see The Rock, I swear I'm out. Oh no, not one of these again! Tapped quickly! Actually did it. For some reason that quick time event ends, or that button bashing or whatever you want to call it, ends really quickly. I find you actually have to start bashing square before the icon comes up. Seems like the most effective way of doing that, but I'm actually going to highlight this until I get near it anyway, just so I don't start travelling in the wrong direction again. But yeah, what I was saying about the original trilogy, I do think they're good films. Even the third one, even the ill-fated third one, I do think they are decent films. Just in my mind, I don't think they necessarily translate to what I feel is a good Spider-Man film. And I mean, I'm no expert. I've read a fair few amounts of Spider-Man, played a few games. I definitely know my Spider-Man, but I'm not an expert. I'm not a comic book writer. I don't work for Marvel, so I am not an expert.
Need immediate backup for a chase in progress. Incident was reported near Sugar Hill. Over.
By any stretch of the imagination, but I do feel like I've got a good grasp on what makes Spider-Man Spider-Man. It's why I love this game so much. It really incorporates everything, at least that I believe is Spider-Man from reading the comics. The one thing I'll just say about the trilogy is they're good films, but I just feel like you could insert any other superhero in Spider-Man's place, and it wouldn't really make a lick of difference.
Please tell me your horn plays Dixie.
And yes, of course, I'm not talking about, like, his powers. Obviously, his powers and the characters involved are very much Spider-Man. Oh, God, not another car catch again. You're really testing me. Oh, 2 for 2. Let's just hope my everything comes in 3 rule doesn't reign true here.
More of them? Guys, if you worked this hard at a legit job, you wouldn't need to be criminals.
But yeah, I don't know. I think when it comes down to is each person has their own preference, and you can like one thing and it doesn't mean you're wrong. It doesn't necessarily mean somebody else is right either. It just, it is what it is, but they're good films.
Like a high-speed chase to keep a guy on his toes.
They're good films. I just don't feel like they really incorporate good Spider-Man films. At first, I used to think the Amazing Spider-Man films did a better job, but in hindsight, reflecting back on them, I actually prefer the original Spider-Man trilogy to the Amazing Spider-Man films, which, when they first come out, I had the exact opposite opinion, but sort of like, with fresh eyes going back and re-watching them, I actually feel like the Amazing Spider-Man films, he came across, I feel like they were better filmed. Oh no, I don't know, that's not true. I just feel he came across really cocky and really arrogant in the Amazing Spider-Man films.
Rejected costume designs. Not bad, but I think the White Spider was definitely the way to go.
Yeah, I feel like in the Amazing Spider-Man films, like in retrospect, he actually came across really cocky and really arrogant. And as much as I didn't really like the original trilogy's version of Spider-Man, I do think they probably did a better job. But I don't necessarily feel like it gets this huge amount of praise and respect that everyone gives it. They act as if it's like the best film ever. The same way Batman fans do about the Dark Knight trilogy. Don't be wrong, they are way, way, way better films than the original Spider-Man trilogy if you can compare the two, but they're also films that I don't see the hype around. They're good films, but I don't know, I kind of find them a little bit boring if I'm being honest, talking about the Batman films there. I don't know what it is, they're decent films, but I've never once in my life decided, oh, I really must go back and re-watch them, whereas I do with a lot of the MCU films, so... I don't know, I'm kind of just rambling off. I'm losing the point of what I originally wanted to make, but guess what I'm trying to say is I think they're good films. I just don't necessarily feel this hype and this much fan love that everyone has for the original Spider-Man films. I like what the MCU is doing with Spider-Man now a hell of a lot more than the original trilogy did. I think this game has done a hell of a lot more for Spider-Man than any movie ever has. I think this game is actually the best representation of Spider-Man out of every single movie and game that there has been. But then who knows, maybe another Spider-Man game will come out and another movie will come out and I'll just change my mind again. I'm a very fickle creature, apparently. Yikes! But I don't know, I'm probably going to watch this back in editing and then realise I've completely messed up what I wanted to say and completely changed my mind. But feel free to leave me your opinions. Nothing's wrong, nothing's right, just... I like to know what everyone thinks. I'm kind of curious why everyone thinks that first three films are as good as they think they are. Like, everyone says that the second Spider-Man film is the best one, and I do agree with that. The one with Doc Ock, I do feel, is the best Spider-Man out of the three, like the trilogy, but...
Nothing puts a pep in my step like halting an illegal drug deal.
But hey-o, I completely forgot where I was originally going to go with that. I think I was just...
Police are coming, so I'm going.
I guess I was just trying to make a conversation, start a bit of a dialogue while we collect these last backpacks. Because I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. I assume most of you, if you're on my channel, are huge Spider-Man fans, or at least Marvel and comic book fans in general. So, I mean, looking at the majority of my content, I guess you've got to like superheroes to like this channel.
This piece of Mysterio's helmet gave me ideas for my eye lenses. Go ahead, sue me, fishbowl head.
If he knew who he was, he probably would. Yeah, sound off in the comments. Let me know what you think. 'Cause I am actually genuinely curious. Like, are they good films? I'm curious why everyone thinks they're that good. Like, the way everyone talks about them, they act as if it's the best thing since sliced bread.
And that's why Jonah paid me the big bucks.
The Bar with No Name, the local hangout spot for anyone with a less than stellar criminal past. But it looks like this last surveillance tower has actually activated what I do believe will be the last legitimate Fisk operation, and hopefully one of the last times we have to come across Fisk's men. Ooh, what's going on down here? that's the appropriate reaction. Yeah, sorry about that. It looks like you guys have a lot more problems than me coming down and scaring the bejeebers out of you. I apologize, fellow dwellers of New York.
The Spidey Squad. My one and only fan club. When Jameson's going off on me, it helps to remember they're out there.
The good old Spidey Squad. And if I'm actually correct in thinking, the Spidey Squad is actually a real thing. It's actually a group of fans. A group of fans I might have to look into. I feel like I need to become a member of a club such as that. But let's get on and let's destroy Fisk's last operation and let him just sit and stew in his own juices in prison and think about everything that I've done to him.
Yuri, I'm looking at a Fisk site where there's a lot of people, but not much work getting done.
That you can see. They're keeping it under wraps.
I'll turn over some rocks.
So, rightio, looks like we have to disarm 5 enemies and perform 10 air launch attacks. So, standard procedures, let's go around, get rid of the snipers, get rid of the station, some of the gunners who can take us out. I don't think there actually are any snipers here, so... Well, we'll pick off the lone wolves and we'll pick off some of the roamers first. Make sure nobody's going to come up and surprise us. And then we'll work on everyone else.
Right. Let the other players hit each other for what? Then come back strong. Hammerhead and Silvermane and Tombstone and all these other yahoos get thin to hurt. It's like that time with Boston. Keep things from getting too out of control. Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Ooh, taking down that guy was a bit risky. He was in view of quite a lot of people and he was in the light, but hey, he said it was safe, so I believe Spidey's tech better than I believe my own eyes, if I'm being honest. Right, 3 down there. I think we've got one more roamer we can probably take out. No, he wants to go and join his buddies. Alright, let's get doing this.
Echo 9's dark. Someone check it out.
How about you check out the side of that caravan?
Keep him on the ground.
Huh, it's funny you say that, because I'm actually going to do the exact opposite with you and perform 5 or 10 even air launch attacks. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. Come on, boys, gather round. I've got air launch attacks for everyone. Oh, dude, trust me, people have been trying to shut my mouth for years. It has not been successful thus far. Whoa! Oh, look at that. See, look, you very nearly missed out with your air attack there. I knocked you in the air. Don't worry. Everyone gets the same treatment.
Latecomers! That's a lot of tardy slips I'm gonna have to write.
Oh, no, I'm taking you out straight away. Not having any of that rocket launcher business going on over here. Yeah, don't see you in the corner. That's 8. 2 more. Looks like I should really get on disarming some guys. Ah, perfect. Yoink! Oh, wasn't going for... Oh, okay. It looks like you're just asking for a disarm. It's almost like I couldn't find anyone with a gun, so you decided to come over and show me. I appreciate it. Ouch! Brock Lesnar over here. Here comes the pain.
Backup's here. Why don't I have backup? All right, nobody likes me.
Disarm that guy. Disarm that guy. Oh, 1 more air launch and 1 more disarm. Oh, it looks like these two are just...
Spider-Man, my sources say they're running exotic weapons out of that location. Explosives, rocket launchers.
Fisk does manage to get stuff you don't see outside the military.
That needs to stay off the streets by any means necessary.
Any means necessary, I can do that. I'm assuming by any means necessary you mean punch and kicks and all of the above. Oh, no, you don't. Don't think I didn't see you up there. Yeah, no, that's kind of the plan, genius.
You know there's different types of reinforcing. Goodness, they great job a lot.
No, it would be nice, actually, for once, if somebody actually did give me a bit of positive reinforcement. Like, yeah, I know, I put you in prison and all, but just say, hey, you know, good show, well played. I mean, fighters do it, they beat each other up, and then to say, you know, good job, that was a real good fight. You know, even Spider-Man needs a little bit of love. Speaking of wrapping things up, are you just setting me up for a pun there? I feel like you were trying to set me up for a pun. Okay. I mean, he literally just asked for that one, right? You all heard him.
More of them. It's kind of touching how badly you guys want to join your boss in jail.
Ooh, Mr. Fisk is it now? Someone's looking for brownie points. Okay, does it not want to web onto anyone? God, that guy wasn't even that far away. Come on, Spidey. I've actually finally got my head in the game here. How about you join me? Yikes! Oh, I thought I dodged that one. Evidently not. You ain't stopping the Spider-Man. Head first right to a rocket. You thought I learned my lesson in the very first episode, but nope.
Got Big Willie's guys and his weapons all wrapped up like Christmas morning.
Well, you've got a red suit, so you're close enough to Santa Claus for me. Thanks.
Ho, 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 and a web sack of fist thugs.
How many more Fisk construction sites are there?
None. He had every one of them working overtime to bring in money.
Well, now he's gonna have a tough time keeping his operation running, which is bad for Fisk and good for New York.
I trust you've enjoyed yourself.
Willie, funny story. I was just at one of your buildings, and you'll be shocked to hear that there were shenanigans of the criminal variety. TLDR, Fisk construction is closed.
I have other sources of revenue, but you've inconvenienced me, and there will be consequences. My memory's long, my reach is longer.
I should make all the guys who've sworn to kill me fight it out for the privilege.